Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode number 10 of the TD Marcus podcast.
Yes, sir. Episode number 10. As always, we're happy to be back.
Yeah, we're one man down today,
Yeah.
so bear with us.
Yeah. Just before we get to it, don't forget we are streaming live on Twitch as well. You can head over to Twitch and watch us from there. Yeah. What's been happening, man? Where do you want to start?
FOMC, probably the big one.
Yeah, FOMC. Wait, let's go to the calendar first, and then we'll just break down FOMC. What we had for last week and this week. No, just this week. Take a look at the calendar for this week. See what we have.
We can do that. There's not a lot that happened last week. I think major of the focus was on FOMC.
FOMC.
I think there was a couple of other interest rates as well that came out, but for the most part last week, FOMC was the big one that everyone was lining up for, and yeah, we'll touch on that just now.
And this week, okay, so this is Monday. Of course, Monday we know there isn't much going on.
Yeah, for the most part, this week is kind of lined up with PMIs. PMIs all over the place. Retail sales out of Australia. So when's this coming out?
At 2:30.
2:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today? Tomorrow.
This tomorrow.
For tomorrow, but for the most part, I think Europe and the pound had their PMIs come out this week. Oh, today, sorry. And throughout the week, we're just seeing PMIs coming out. So major focus still on that. On that inflationary number is still due to come out. So we might see some bigger movements in the market still.
Inflation number from which
All of them. PMI still forms part of inflation.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. So we do have retail sales, AUD retail sales. Not much on the dollar.
Another guard speaking over there.
Yeah. Okay. 315. We'll just check what speech that is. They had the interest rates last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interest rates last week and the increase by 50 basis points per
50 basis points.
Yeah.
All right. So that is for Tuesday. Not much is happening. Just the retail sales. Wednesday, few retail sales as well. But let's see. All right.
Pending home sales over the US.
Pending home sales. That's at 4 on Wednesday. And I think that's it.
I think it's still going to be a big factor, coming back down to Powell's speech during the FOMC.
Yeah.
He touched base on especially the home sales a lot as well. Yeah.
Look at the forecast.
Zero, yeah.
Sure.
He said as well, mortgages are down because of the high interest rates, and they keep on pushing it up, so
Yeah, interest rates.
yeah.
They're gonna keep pushing up. So pending home sales, we'll just check that out on Wednesday at 4. And that's it for Wednesday. But yeah, there's nothing happening. Let's check Thursday.
It should be a fairly quiet week this week, I suspect. From a fundamental point of view.
Yeah.
Mostly we're gonna see that the data come through, just post there, GDP 2.7. You mentioned GDP in the statements as well.
Does, yeah.
They're not expecting a lot of growth over the next couple of years.
Yeah, looking at where interest rates are, growth is gonna be pretty difficult.
Yeah, very, very difficult.
So okay, PCE. There we go. Look at us.
Yeah, sitting there. Expect your car to cost more this month.
So we don't have forecasts yet, but
They were talking about 50.
so we're gonna take it to 7.75, 7.75.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous. That's what
it's
it
not
is.
ridiculous. It's just sad.
Say it. Yeah.
Yeah, shame.
Credit
Because
card-
the thing is, we spoke about it so much. All consumers are sitting under so much pressure, and they just keep on worsening it for everyone. It's they can't even do what Powell says. Can't focus on a strong or a weak labor market to bring inflation down. We've always been at a weak labor market.
Yeah, but lots of time.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think maybe when I was at varsity,
When?
way back when. Maybe when I was at varsity, it was just below 20. I think I remember 17.
Unemployment rate is 17.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, now I think now it's sitting at 30 something percent, right?
Yeah, it's getting close to that official unemployment rate of like, I think very close to like, I think it's 35-ish.
Yeah, somewhere there. Yeah, somewhere there. So this is on Thursday at 3. We will be watching out for this, right? I don't think the market's gonna react.
Well, the market's already been pushing up on the USD ZAR.
Mhm.
Like if they do decide to raise interest rates, I can still see that. Like I still have that magic 22, 23
Yeah.
number in mind.
I was about to say that we're gonna see that push.
We're gonna get close to 20. I would say like come next month.
Yeah, we'll check the charts now. It went close to the 20, then it corrected a little bit, but I think it's about to continue now to the upside.
Yeah, I think the high that we saw now recently was just shy of 19.
Yeah.
But I think we're breaking through that now because it's been struggling to like push above it.
Yeah. We're likely gonna break it now. We will have a look at it. And Friday, wait, what's happening? All right. Looks like there's a lot of retail sales happening on
Yeah,
Friday.
Japan retail sales as well.
Okay, this is
GDP out of the pound.
Mhm.
Also expecting zero.
Zero.
High inflation. Well, we're getting inflation down like a lot now, but high inflation, high interest rates, no growth.
No growth. What did 2023 start to 2023? Yeah, I mean, okay, there's core PCE coming through.
So that's gonna be good to see what actually comes out on.
Yeah.
What's their expectation year on year? Down like 0.1%.
All right. Price index. Yeah, so this is a 230 with the CAD GDP month on month, year on year as well. All right. Yeah, I mean, as you said, this week is, in terms of the reports, news events, just a pretty quiet week. I think there's going to be a lot of technicals this week.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we should have a lot of technical trading coming in this week. Like that ZAR would be something very good to actually pay attention to. I definitely think like we're gonna see that last sort of a consolidation and high break on the ZAR. It is seeming to line up for that really, really well.
In fact, let's go to it. USD ZAR. Right, there we go. It's supposed to be somewhere here. Oh, I missed it. There we go. Yeah, so USD ZAR. Let me just do this. There we go. So this is the level the market went to. 1872.
Yeah, just saw it like that 19 mark. I do think we're gonna break it this week though.
Yeah, I also see this continue to the upside. So this is just a correction. The market was correcting this push to the upside. Normally with the correction you would get the continuation up. So I still see that high there being broken.
Technically speaking, I still want it down a little bit lower though. Maybe retrace back down a bit lower and then see it push up, but I doubt that we're gonna see that. Yeah, that's about
like it would find a lot of bias if it were to retrace to this level.
Just from a FIP perspective, it just doesn't seem, in a retracement perspective, it doesn't seem like deep enough. Like that's about the zones I would think of like buying again.
Yeah, I mean, what's this flag, this forming here? I don't think, I think it's 23.6 at the moment, which is not a very strong zone you would want to buy from.
If you do a flag continuation there, where you at?
Yo, it's just, so let's say roughly the 20 here, just almost 21. Oh, 20. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these COVID levels there, right? I see this pushing to them because this continuation is still to the upside. This trend is still bullish to the upside. All right, bullish to the upside. So yeah, so there's just a pennant, or you can say it's a flag, whatever you want to call it, but momentum still to the upside. Right. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. I mean, this third low here was a nice buying zone.
Mm.
Just the touch.
Even like if you look from a moving averages perspective, I think it
Yeah.
touched like that 20 moving average really well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of confluence.
Yeah, not nice confluence, touched, rejected, pushed up well.
Yeah,
This is something I'll definitely keep a close eye on this week.
100%, 100%. If not, if it happens that price drops from here, we still have this zone, right, where you can find buys around that zone, around 1760, 1770. Yeah. So yeah, so USD ZAR's looking good, looking good, looking good. FOMC, FOMC. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I listened to like his statements, just after he started off by just to address like the elephant in the room with his
The bank,
BB, yeah.
the bank.
And his big statement he made there, like this, it was very interesting to me how they try to deter from it and to make everyone safe with all the banking crisis happening at the moment. And Credit Suisse was one of the recent ones that actually came up, with how Credit Suisse, UBS actually bought Credit Suisse. So I don't know if we've seen the end of it just yet. I saw the bigger banks like JP Morgan, Goldman, reacting pretty stably to everything. Like there wasn't a lot of downward momentum on it.
Yeah.
Still holding fairly strong, but smaller banks have been.
Yeah, I mean, this banking crisis looks like it just shook them a little bit because in his statement he said before he went to the reasoning to that increase 25 basis points, he said something along the lines that the Fed wants to increase consumer confidence in the banking sector, right? And yeah, they would. Did you say that they're gonna help fund or?
Well, they put in a couple of different policies in place.
Yeah,
if you do want more information on this, check out our blog. Like I did a nice summary on it.
Yeah.
So go to the website and check out the blog, and I did a write up on the FOMC. But he spoke about the Treasury stepping in as well to release better priced instruments from them as long as they have high quality liquidity debt instruments to back it up with. So they sort of came with releasing a lot of better priced assets for them to actually manage their risk better. So that was one of the things that they sort of looked at addressing. And hopefully it does make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it will, because if you look at SVB, they didn't even have a risk manager in place.
Is it?
Yeah.
Such a big bank.
Yeah, didn't have a risk manager in place at all. And that's sort of unknown for if you're looking from a banking sector point of view, because obviously they need to sort of look at leveraging their long-term debt and their short-term debt with each other to price out the assets with each other. But yeah, that was one of the big thing. The other thing is in the press conference, first question that they asked for is did they sort of sit in a position where they want to halt on rates because of the SVB thing. His statements were that they were considering it.
Okay.
They were actually considering it, so I was almost right. So they were actually considering in the lead up. He did, however, state that this what they're looking at the moment is that this is more affecting what they're going to do for the rest of the year. They're not going to pause, they're still going to increase, but it does affect how they're going to approach the rest of the year. So they're not going to aim for, he didn't give a specific number what they were aiming for, but he says they're targeting about 6% now by year.
So now we're sitting at 5%. 6%. So I'm looking at 4-5 basis points possibly.
I think more than likely that's what we're going to see for the duration of the year. I don't think we're going to see anything more aggressive except or more hawkish or dovish, depending on how the market, because obviously it says depending on the economic environment.
Yeah. So there's until December there's about 6 more interest rates coming up.
Well, we've got I think it's more than that.
More than that.
So we might be looking at pausing somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say that means there's gonna be a pause somewhere, Right. So I'm thinking now that inflation is at 6%. They're talking about 6% interest rates, and there's a lot of meetings to come. So while it's going down, there's gonna be a pause
Because we're
on
looking
interest
at,
rates.
yeah, because we've got one more, we're sitting now with, there's one more in May and then in June, right?
Yeah.
So 2 more. So there's about 8 more meetings to go this year.
8 more meetings. So maybe 4 of those will possibly be hikes.
More than likely, yeah. But I'm wondering if there's a pause in between somewhere, or if it's just going to be a high, get to like 6% pause. Because there was some people like looking at like 6.5, 6.2,
Oh,
but the majority of people were looking at like
6.
6. 6 was the average. So, but he only wants to get interest rates down next year to about 5.1%
To 5.1%.
by the end of next year. So this year down to up to about 6, close of next year about 5.1.
So they certain at the time inflation would have been maybe at 3%, 2%.
So they target by close of this year, I think, I might stand under correction, but it's 3.9 or 3.1 for inflation.
Okay.
So they're looking at getting inflation down to about 3.1 by end of the year, which I think, you guys know my point of view, like I think we're gonna get there by June, July.
Yeah, just before the year ends. Yeah, that's critical information there that you just provided. So now when you take a look at how the dollar was weak when it was announced.
Yeah. Oh, we saw like everything spiked up.
Yeah.
Gold spiked up, Euro USD spiked up.
GBP
We sort of saw it taper down lower. But like at the moment, like charts are shaping up for like dollar strength for me.
Does it?
Yeah.
Do you think that Euro USD is gonna drop?
More than likely. I'm hoping it does. Like it is starting to like devalue a bit. We'll see like next week. We'll more than likely see when we have like FOMC come into play.
Yeah.
FOMC comes into play, but at the moment, like he still wants like a weak labor force, and
Okay.
his point of view on inflation is, especially like he said something during the press conference that, actually it was during his statement, that with the recent inflationary numbers, he sees as a bit of a warning that we might see like stronger inflationary numbers coming in now.
Strong inflation.
Yeah. The only thing like I'm sitting and looking at is like we're seeing energy prices like fairly low at the moment. I don't necessarily see it happening, but obviously they base all of the decisions based off of PCE.
Yeah, PCE, it is the core of their decision making. So, all right. So target 6%. Inflation right now sitting at 6%. They're targeting at least 3.1. You know. So, in fact, let's go to Euro USD. Actually, let's just take a look at Euro USD. I think I have it down here. No, I don't. All right. There we go. All right. So.
Sure, I'm standing in the correction. Like that looks like strength coming into the market, or weakness coming into the market. I just changed my mind. Sorry.
Because yeah, I mean, so I don't have any point of view right now on the dollar on Euro USD. Last week I was anticipating this move to come down. I missed the sell actually. I missed my pending order, right? But it's okay. And right now, what I see right now, it's in this zone. So just by looking at this chart here, this is like a demand zone. I talk a lot more on supply and demand. So if it rejects here, then I see this continue this trend up to go and break this high.
Yeah, I can see the same thing. I do still wonder, like, at what point we're going to see like more strength come into the markets.
Dollar strength, because now gold, if dollar strength comes through, gold will have to push down, and gold is still in a very strong trend to the upside.
I'm just looking at like my same sort of a point of view on gold. Like it went to go touch that like 2000 mark again. 2000 mark, rejected it. I did some analysis on gold like earlier today. I kind of want it down to like 1940, 14,
1914 is somewhere around. Wait, 1914.
1 4, yeah.
Oh, it's here, right here.
That's what I'm looking at the moment, where I want gold down to before making any sort of decision.
Yeah, it would have been a significant like retracement if it can come down here.
Yeah, I'm looking at to the left, those wicks.
These ones here.
Yeah.
This
And if you do like a fib retracement on it,
from this move. Yeah, I think it's close to 50. Yeah, almost, but around that area.
So I'm expecting like more downside to about there. From there, I'll start looking at making some sort of a decisions. But downside more than likely still. And that should mean like more strength coming to the markets. But I also don't know how much of the banking prices was a result of this push to the upside.
This push to the upside.
And if they're sort of looking at getting it under control, then it's the same as like with the war. As soon as it started falling off, we saw like big tapering down. If we see like a bigger bank being affected by it, which we might not see it happening. I think, like I feel like gold is just due like a nicer, bigger retracement. It's too overextended at the moment to start looking at at any sort of a buys. I just want to check something quick.
See that 50 fib. That's what I'm looking at, actually. That's what I'm looking at. So I want gold to come back down to that 56.1.8. So,
well, I've said this before. Like my point of view on gold is I still want gold to 15 2050 ish.
Yeah.
Sort of look at something like this, getting it back down lower to
Yep.
and then taking it back up.
I'm with you on that one.
To that, like this is still my level on gold, like right there.
Fully with you on that. Fully with. You see, structure hasn't been broken to the downside.
I know it hasn't.
So everything is still bullish on this one. I mean, there could be a short-term sell, right? Could be a short-term sell in lower time frame, but I'm with you. I want it to come a little bit lower and break this low here. What would be a neckline? I'm not looking at it from that perspective, but what would be a neckline? Break lower, come back to these areas, then offer a nice continuation to the upside. That is gold. That is gold. I'm not sure about silver though, because silver.
Silver's been pushing up well as well.
It has pushed up 100%, and it is also retracing, just like gold here. Let's open up silver. It is retracing just like gold, but starting to. Yeah. That. Man, I would look at gold and silver.
Yeah, silver is a bit more iffy.
Is a bit
more iffy.
Yeah, I mean, we would want to get a retracement before. Maybe retrace down a little bit. Maybe on the fib. Well, if it gets to the trend line, then it would be a buy, definitely. But I'm not sure if it will go there. See where it is. That's what I'm saying. I would rather look at gold than silver.
I hear you. I do hear you.
Yeah.
Fully and 100%.
Yeah, just a little bit of patience needed.
I'll probably look at this for a while.
This previous structure there. Like you see that, exactly where you are, right there. If you were to draw a zone, wait. This could be a good short. Short-term selling opportunity. I'm telling you. A nice little short-term back to this lows here. Because there is structure as well here. If we take a look at how the, the market reacted around this area.
Yeah, listen, look, gold has had like a bigger retracement. It makes it more of nicer, a nicer prospect than silver at the moment. I like silver a lot because silver, when silver moves, it moves so much more aggressively than gold does. When silver starts moving, you know, like gold's gonna move.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, but I think silver looks much better. Gold already retraced, right? I mean, you won't be able to catch gold the way it is right now, but I think silver, there is opportunity there. What I would look at as well on the lower time frames is looking at this channel, the break below this channel. Yeah, break below this channel. I would want a level to be broken, at least this zone here. And if it breaks below, then momentum would start kicking in. We might get a retest as well, but momentum would start to kick in. Yeah, this just this mini trend here. Yeah, I mean silver looks much better. Much better. Interesting.
You want to touch on my call on oil the other day?
Interesting. Let's all dropped this. Yeah, of course. So, yeah, all I saw always they were dropped massively. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It went back to the bottom again. So I think this is what it's gonna do. Just go up, go back to the bottom.
Well, it's in my level now again after I broke, so now I'm like on the sideline.
Yeah, now you wanna see if you can get a deeper retracement before you go a little bit further down.
Yeah, like I don't know, like energies are hard because you can't get something down as low as possible. Like somewhere along the line, there's gonna be lots of demand coming in. I think where it is now, we might be looking at some sort of a push upwards again.
Yeah, because I see a push to the upwards, at least coming back to this broken support.
Well, that's where we were looking at the shorts.
Yeah.
That's where I looked at the shorts in the previous podcast, like, and just lined up so well. Was it the previous one or the one before?
I think it's the one before, I think.
Well, on 4 hour, and I'll put it on a daily. It was there, just more, yeah, there. That was the one.
It was on the
13.
13th. Yeah, it was the one before the previous one. Yeah, so now we get a move back up here, come and retest this zone. Yeah, but gold played out. I mean, oil played out beautiful. Net gas, I've been keeping an eye on that.
I don't want to speak about it.
There's nothing happening.
It made a nice push to the upside, then retraced back down. It's back to its lows. We might be sitting on some sort of a consolidation at the moment that might be building up for a longer term buy. I don't think where we are at the moment is bad for buys. There's not a lot of momentum in it though.
No, but this is forming for a double bottom. Right. So you see how aggressive the market reacted to the first low, which is this one here.
Yeah.
And look at how it's coming. It's coming down in sort of like a channel. What I would look for here is for price to channel down to this low and give us like a double bottom scenario. And any breaks above this channel, then there will be the double bottom. So you would wanna first wait for the market to get there, reject and go up. Judging by how the market goes up, then I think you will be able to see. And if we can break above this channel, then I think we're gone. So I still think that long is coming. That long is definitely coming. Yeah, still see this coming.
Longer term, I think this will still be like a beast of a trade.
Yeah, look, that's why it's taking its time, because once it kicks in, then it's just gonna be the trade of the year. Once it kicks in, yeah, no, a little bit of patience there. I've been tracking Bitcoin. Bitcoin.
Yeah, I was about to ask you because all of these crypto banks, SVB, Signature, all like heavily linked with crypto. I would have expected like crypto to come down a lot stronger.
So it's almost to the level I predicted.
Yeah, that's the level we looked at.
Right there.
Sorry, Jules.
Right there. Done. Maybe a few pips, maybe it's there, But yeah, there we go. We've got our target. Boom. I told the guest we had that this thing's gonna push up. There, boom.
Yeah.
Lennox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's BTC USD. Yeah, there's a lot of gaps. Yeah, man. But overall, I'm happy with Bitcoin.
Close that gap.
Let's see if it will push. If it goes up, then it needs like major fundamentals to push it to the upside. But
well, technically, you can see like a head and shoulder pattern
Yeah.
there that was broken. If you can
Yeah.
see, you check it.
right there. Maybe get a retracement again and continue this trend because it's starting to build an uptrend.
Well, technically, yeah. Like that head and shoulder might be a reversal pattern. If you do that extension upward from that head and shoulder
To see the possible
target, yeah.
target. So run about here.
Yeah, testing those, yeah.
There's another level here where it could go to. Let me check with the FIB from this eye. Look at where 61.8 is. Yeah. So there is opportunity.
Can see it or no? Now it's 50-50. You either see like that retracement down to that level and the push up higher. I'll look at that level that we looked at now, that neckline of that head and shoulders being crucial.
Yeah, just let me draw a line there.
Like right there. Possibly go touch, push up higher, or break and drop significantly lower.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes down, breaks, and continue dropping, then this can come back to these flows, or even create a lower low, no? Yeah,
lower.
even from a lower low. But don't you think this previous structure to the left, where is it? This here could be major.
And there's more lower.
Looking at
right there.
this one. All right, we'll see. We'll see how it will shape up. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not a big Bitcoin follower, but if this is the potential of this bubble again, then I don't know.
Juliet noise.
What predicted in 2 years? Predicting these highs.
I would rather put my money in natural gas before I do Bitcoin.
Is it?
Yeah, there's something. There's a demand for it. I'd rather look at natural. I'd rather, if I had to like bet between the two, I'd rather put my money on natural gas.
Yeah, natural gas is just so low. I bet people have pending orders all over the place here.
Down there, yeah, 100%.
Pending orders.
100%.
Yeah, because this is okay. We don't have price action history, but this is like the lows that we can see here.
1.6.
Yeah, just pending orders around here. Then you're gonna be good. Yeah, so I was still anticipating dollar weakness.
No.
Dollar strength.
No.
Nothing.
I don't know. At the moment, I think charts are still shaping up for like weakness. Charts still shaping up for weakness.
Yeah, I would look for continuation to the upside. Yeah. I was also looking at GBP USD. Let me just go to it. GBP USD. I passed it. There we go. Yeah, also GBP USD is shaping up for the push, a continuation to the upside.
Sitting at the top of the channel.
And so it's currently in this zone here, where we've got the highs, the bottoms, but I'm looking at how it's starting to create higher highs, right? Maybe come back to this top again. To this top again. but it broke structure to the upside, break and retest. Oh, where is it? This one here. There we go. There's the latest break and retest it had. Maybe continue again to the upside. That's what I'm looking at on GBP USD.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely see that.
Yeah. So yeah, closing off the month with the weaker dollar. See next month we've got NFP next week, not this week, it's next week. Yeah, look at that. CPI maybe the week after.
I haven't checked out when CPI is coming out yet, but like this, I need to go check what the CPI. I think this month's CPI data, obviously, which we see next month, in the charts was something like 0.9% of last year. So we might have like a big one falling off this month. Similarly to like the next 2 months. I think the next 2 months we're looking at like 1.1 and 1.2. Something like that. Like big numbers but falling off.
That's interesting. 1.1, 1.2.
I told you like June, July we're hit like very close to 3%.
Yeah, it's very possible. Very much possible. So yeah, I mean, clean week, technical week this week. I don't really have a chart that I'm focusing. Is there any chart that you're focusing on in particular?
I'm still looking at gold. Like gold still very much. I was
also
looking at oil a lot and all sort of did what I wanted to do. Like indices have been sort of interesting to me as well because I think like they're gearing up for longs as well.
US 30. That's what I'm keeping an eye on, looking for that longs. Gold, I'm looking for the continuation as you just alluded to now. I'm not particularly looking at Euro USD. At this point, I'm not really looking at it. I might be looking at GBP USD instead of Euro USD. But gold, yeah, for sure. For sure, definitely. Since we started this podcast this year, just been looking for continuation of the gold,
Yeah, well, we spoke about it like at length.
Yeah, too much. The market has just been going the way, respecting the analysis. Yeah, but I think it's interesting what gold is doing. I told the guys on our education that gold is gonna make a lot of people money. Just the way it's moving, gonna make a lot of people money. All right, so it's good. I like it. I like what it's doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, is this the end?
We can't talk soccer because
Hey, there's no sock. Hey, there's no sock. No, but wait. I heard the Glazers are reluctant on selling now.
I think they're trying to play a hardball. We saw 3 bids come in during the course of the week. They didn't say the amount, but they're all higher than the previous amount.
Yeah.
So if you look at the Shake and you look at Jim Ratcliffe, their first bids were like 4.5. The only thing they said was both increased their bids. So people are assuming like closer to 5/5.5 ish.
Or not 6.
Not 6. So at the moment, I think that the Glazers are reluctant because they are looking for 6 to 7 to really start pushing numbers. Well, there was an interesting one. There's I don't know if it's Finnish businessman that made a bid as well of buying 50% and letting the other 50% be financed by fans.
By fans. You wanna do what Barcelona and them are doing.
So they want
something like that.
Yeah, so they want to do like that 50+1 ownership. So you can also buy part of the club.
Yeah.
So they want to look at doing that, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. He said that if all United fans do something like $2 or $3, something like that, they can finance the rest of the club.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's interesting.
we're sitting in bated breath at the moment, just waiting to see what's going to happen. Yeah, the internationals have been sort of interesting. We saw a couple of United. I haven't watched either, but I've been keeping up to date.
Yeah.
So scored 2 goals and had 2 assists
Nice.
in
Nice.
a 4-goal sort of a win.
Nice.
There's a couple of other players as well. We saw Harry Maguire starting to flex muscle again.
Is it?
Yeah, he's being too cocky. But he's making his stance known with a lot of things.
So do you see that Tottenham fired the coach?
I saw Conte got fired.
Conte got fired.
Mutually separated.
Or it's mutually separated.
That's what they said this morning.
And then Bayern hired Thomas Tuchel.
I saw a lot of people saying like that's like the biggest mistake they could make. Apparently, like that coach might be coming to Tottenham.
Might have come to Tottenham.
Mm.
Yeah, just interesting now what's happening. And Eric Ten Hag is about to get a contract extension.
Only if there's a new owner in place.
Okay.
Both owners or both bidders also said they would give Eric Ten Hag like another 3-year extension if he comes into play.
Nice. I mean, he deserves it.
He's been doing well.
He deserves it.
Some might say it's a bit premature.
No. It's been, I mean, first season, a trophy. We'll actually get another trophy because we're in the semis of the FA Cup.
Yeah. FA Cup, Europa League.
Europa League, we there.
I just hope we can build on squad depth. Right. That's the big thing this year.
Yeah, I think they're in talks with Ruben Neves. Remember we spoke about Ruben Neves. They're in talks with Ruben Neves.
Still, from Wolves.
Yeah, they want to bring him just to beef up that central midfield.
Yeah, like a big thing is like I think we need a proper 9.
Yeah, that one is coming. A top striker is coming.
We need a proper 9. Like I watched the video the other day when they spoke about like possible 9s we're looking at.
But there are no number 9s.
Osman.
Who's that?
From Napoli.
Oh, the Nigeria.
Hey,
buddy.
Talking about him, price like what 120?
120. It was 140, 120, 240. I think.
At being United, they'll probably have to pay like 200 for him. He
Yeah,
made a statement the other day saying like Nigeria is gonna qualify and go on to win the World Cup.
Confidence. I like the confidence.
We're looking at he's like there's talks with regards to him, Kane as well. There's that Brighton striker as well. Like this kid is like 20. He scored like twice as well against Grimsby.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I see that kid, that winger. I think it's
Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
There's
the only reason I remember that is because it sounds like Alex Ferguson.
No, but there's another one who's a winger, who's a trickster, right? It's a dribbler.
Oh yeah, the Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Sure, the guy's good.
Sure. Yeah.
I watched this video of him the other day. You know, like at university, he wrote a thesis on dribbling.
Oh yeah.
In Japan, like he wrote a thesis on dribbling.
So,
very interesting.
So can you say he's a master?
They say he's incredible. Like he dissected dribbling as a whole. There's a video on YouTube. You guys can go check it out. Kid's very good. And then like that Ferguson kid, like young, but there's a lot of talks like he's sort of like Wayne Rooney-esque.
Oh, okay, nice. That's promising.
Very promising. He's big, tall, like over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Fast, powerful.
It's promising.
The only thing is he's still like young, and this is his first season in the Premier League. He's only played like 7-8 games.
Maybe a couple more seasons. Yeah, or maybe take him development.
Exactly. Yeah. Get like a proper. You can buy Kane and get him and then learn from Kane. But like Kane, I don't know.
Yeah, look, I was about to ask you, Osimhen and Kane, who would you go for?
From a longevity point of view, probably Osimhen.
Yep. 100%. Kane is over 30. He can score over 30. Chances are it's just gonna play for 5 more years.
The thing is, like like since 2018, he's had more than 20 goals per season every single season. He's consistent.
He is consistent.
And like the season before, he scored 44 goals. Yeah. So he's a good striker, man. I think he's very good. And given if we can feed him properly, like chances, which we're creating like at length at the moment.
Yeah.
Like if Vegas can just finish what we give him, like we'd be like winning a lot more convincingly. Yeah,
I think if we really want like titles now, Kane would be the answer. Osimhen, you might need to adjust.
The thing with him is as well is like you don't know how he's going to play in the Premier League.
That's my point exactly. You might need to adjust. So if one titles now, Kane I think would be the guy to go for.
Well, I think it's good. I think it's good to get someone experienced in and someone like new and youthful. Like what is it? Like during the transfer window the January transfer window, we spoke about, me and you spoke about a guy from Leipzig, like this young kid, like that's like Holland is.
Yeah, I remember.
Then you got signed or internally transferred to one of the other Red Bull clubs.
I know what you're talking. I see what you're talking about. Just forgot.
Like he's also someone to sort of keep an eye on, and I think it would be good to like, get someone. Sesko, yeah. It's good to get someone like experience, and they said the same thing with Rooney. Like Rooney came into the club when Van Nistelrooy was there, so there wasn't that much like focus on Rooney. And we bought Rooney when he was like 17 or 18.
Yeah,
he was
quite
young.
young.
From Everton, and then once Van Nistelrooy was there, Van Nistelrooy was just like his legends. Like,
Legend.
will probably be one of my most favorite like United players.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. We'll just keep up with the updates. See what will happen. Are we gonna get a new buy, a new owner?
Hopefully, they're talking about like before transfer window.
So very soon, actually.
It's not soon. It's not a while.
Yeah. All right. I think we should end it here, right? Yeah. As always, follow us on social media, right? For any questions, send us an email or tap down below. And thank you very much for joining us on. Julian will be here with us next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. Do enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Cheers. And
Cheers,
let's
guys.
see what gold will do. All right.